In an address to the United Nations General Assembly on September 24th, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called on world powers to take decisive action to halt the ongoing war in his country. He warned that the conflict is fueling a dangerous global arms race that could lead to unpredictable and catastrophic consequences if left unchecked. President Zelensky underscored the urgent need for international regulations to restrict the use of artificial intelligence in weapons development. He emphasized how rapidly drones have evolved during the conflict in Ukraine, becoming a symbol of the shifting nature of modern warfare. At the same time, he accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of attempting to extend the war beyond Ukraine's borders, posing a broader threat to global security. The appeal came shortly after Zelensky met with US President Donald Trump at the United Nations. During the meeting, Trump struck a firm tone toward Moscow, declaring that Ukraine could reclaim all territories currently under Russian control if Kyiv managed to turn the battlefield situation around in dramatic fashion. Trump further suggested that NATO forces should consider shooting down Russian fighter jets if they violated NATO airspace, signaling a more aggressive stance toward Russia's military actions. In his speech, Zelensky voiced frustration with what he described as the weakness of existing international frameworks and cooperation in confronting new threats that have emerged in today's arms race. He stressed that the rise of artificial intelligence has made the competition to develop increasingly advanced weapons more uncontrollable than ever before, creating risks that extend far beyond Ukraine's immediate struggle. Since the start of Russia's so-called special military operation, Ukraine has faced one of the largest and most destructive conflicts in Europe since World War II. While Western assistance has been critical for Kyiv's survival, Zelensky acknowledged that the future of such support remains uncertain. Trump has resisted imposing tougher sanctions on Russia, instead favouring the provision of weapons to Ukraine while avoiding direct military involvement. This approach, while still beneficial, leaves Kyiv without the comprehensive guarantees it has sought from its allies. Zelensky also announced that Ukraine would soon begin exporting weapons to allied countries as a way to strengthen partnerships and reinforce international backing for Kyiv's cause. He argued that in the present environment, cultivating strong alliances was not just important but absolutely essential for Ukraine's security and survival. In a separate but symbolically important development, Ukraine and Syria officially restored diplomatic relations on September 24th, following a meeting between their leaders on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. Zelensky confirmed the renewal of ties, marking a notable shift in relations between the two countries. Ukraine had severed relations with Syria in June 2022, after the Syrian government at the time recognized the independence of Ukrainian territories seized by Russia following the launch of its military campaign. The decision to re-establish diplomatic engagement highlights Kyiv's broader strategy of expanding international support networks in the face of Russian aggression. Through his speech at the UN, Zelensky sought not only to highlight the immediate dangers of the war in Ukraine, but also to frame the conflict as a warning to the world about the growing perils of a global arms race.